Donated by the Louisville and Nashville Railroad, the circa 1900 Caboose was the final car acquired. Caboose is usually painted red, but sometimes matches the color of the engine at the front of the train. Equipped with a potbelly stove and washstand, the Caboose served as home for the train's crew. The Caboose was cleaned and repaired in the Howe yards until finally moved to Sunset Park for display. The freight train conductor coordinates the daily activities of a train's crewman. A freight train conductor also oversees the loading and unloading of cargo. They communicated with the train's engineer and kept records of each car's contents and destination. A train's conductor used the Caboose as his office, and it also served as an important work area for the brakeman and the flagman. A washstand is available for the crew to obtain water for drinking and cooking. Potbelly stove was located in the middle of the Caboose. The stove used coal to warm the Caboose during the winter and cook food. The lip on the stove helps to ensure that the coffee pot or pan do not fall on the floor while the train is in motion. Since there was no air conditioning, it would be very hot during the summer. Located directly across from the table is the bench. It would have had a pad similar to the bunk pads located at the back entrance of the Caboose. This bench served as additional bedding or sitting space. The bench also had a locker for storage. Another crew member on the Caboose was the flagman. Flags were manually used to stop at an unscheduled stop or at a crossing with no crossing signals. The box-like structure above the Caboose, the cupola, was also called the crow's nest. Because of its higher elevation, it allowed for observation of the entire train while in motion. The brakeman utilized the crow's nest to watch for overheated axle journal boxes, commonly referred to as hot boxes, and which could be a major cause of derailments. The gauge and valve were used for Westinghouse air brakes. The valve allowed the brakeman to maintain air pressure on individual cars, thereby releasing the brakes. The gauge shows the brakeman the pressure in the brake line. He would maintain the pressure by opening or closing the valve. The train engineer would be able to see that the brake has been applied by viewing a separate gauge located in the locomotive. This was the process used prior to two-way radios. Prior to the Westinghouse air brakes being available, the brakes had to be done manually by turning a wheel located on the front and back of each car. The Caboose had brake wheels on the front and back as well. The brakemen used ladders to climb the top of the train and would walk along the roof of the cars in order to access the brake wheel on each of the cars. From the cupola, the conductor could see and direct this activity. Cabooses were a common sight on nearly every freight train in the United States until the 1980s, when they were replaced by the end-of-train device. The end-of-train device is an electronic device mounted on the end of the freight trains in lieu of a caboose. End-of-train devices are often used to send data and/or status reports, such as the status of the brakes, to the front of the locomotive through telemetry, essentially serving as rear-end crew members contacting front-end members via radio. While they were replaced on main lines, a caboose may still be seen in rail yards during switching. This door leads to the club car.